Shopping in Spain. Vamos a ir de compras. So, what we need to do first is you go to the Corte Inglés, this website right here. Use todos los departamentos. Hagan clic aquí, and you'll be able to select from the different clothing. Then what you want to do is you want to use your iPad to take screenshots. So if you want this jacket here, you take a screenshot of the whole thing, include a size as well, and then you'll save those into your camera roll to complete all your outfits. Your next step is to make an Explain Everything project. So you want to open up a project and get it started. Then what you'll do is use this plus button to add your different clothing items that you have found. You can crop them so that way you can just have the clothing items themselves. So now that I've got all those clothing items, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them in like I said. So what I need to click this plus symbol here, and this little file will show up. You choose photo, video, or file. Choose your photos on the next screen, and then that'll bring up all the photos that are on your camera roll, and you can scroll amongst them. Let's say I want to choose this bag right here. I select it, and this screen will come up, allowing me to edit the image to what I would like. If I choose this little lasso here, I can outline the whole bag just like it's pictured here. So then when I add it into my project, it's just the bag, and I don't have all this extra information. So complete that for each of your slides. So you want slides that include the whole outfit, as well as slides that focus in on just one item that you can talk about in more depth. So here I have an example of a slide that has the entire outfit. So I've included la falda, y la camiseta, y un bolso, y una pulsera, y un collar, y unos zapatos, unas sandalias. So it has the whole thing together. So I can talk about it briefly and describe what makes up the outfit. The next step is to include 2 slides that focus in on specific items. So maybe I find the skirt most interesting and the bag most interesting. I'm going to make 2 more slides, either in this one or in a separate project, that just have images of these items. So now, if I click this little eye icon with the little dotted lines around it, it'll allow me to select items I've put in for my outfit, and then I can copy them. Then I can go to a new project or make a new slide. And if I hit paste, that one object will appear. I can fill up the whole screen, and that way I can talk about that one more in depth. So here you can see what my different slides are. I have one with the whole outfit, and then it breaks down into 2 more specific items I plan to talk about during my video call. How to edit your video. So what do we need? Well, you should have your slides already done. So you have your main slides with your outfits, like this one, that includes everything. But you might also have some that include more specific items, like maybe you want to talk about this skirt, so just this skirt is on a slide. What you're going to do is we need to turn this still image into a video. So you're going to press this record button and let this timer count to about 10 seconds for each of the slides you're going to record. Once you're done, we're going to send that video to the camera roll so we can use it more productively in our editing. To do that, we need to click this box here with the export arrow. So again, choose the slide you want to work with. It's helpful to have separate slides or separate projects if you want to have separate videos. Otherwise, Explain Everything will clump all the slides and videos into one. So like if I had 10 slides here and I recorded each for 10 seconds, it would make one video that was 100 seconds long. So if you just want that one singular 10-second video, it's easiest just to do one recording of the one project and then make a separate project for your next slide. Your next step is to plan what you're going to say during your presentation. I like to break it up during scenes. So for each slide, I would consider that a scene. So write out a script of what you're going to do. Maybe have a peer check it for errors or their thoughts and if it makes sense. Once you've had practice, what you're going to do is film yourself. You're going to act like you're making a FaceTime call, but you're recording it. So we're going to use the camera function of your iPad, and we're going to face it towards you, so it's like a FaceTime video. So that way your final product is like this. Remember that we want to use the rule of thirds. So you want to slightly offset yourself so that way you're in a more interesting point, such as one of these intersecting corners, instead of being dead center, which is less interesting for us to watch. Now you could film just one scene at a time, and that way it's less for you to remember, or you could try to do all your scenes if you're really good at memorizing. Remember, the key is that you want eye contact. I don't want to be able to see that you're looking off screen to look at a script. Then finally we need to go to our good old friend iMovie. In iMovie, we need to start a project, so you want to select project and then choose the movie format and choose a theme. Simple usually works best. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start adding in the video clips of your FaceTime calls or your recordings that we just made. So you're going to have video selected up in the top. If you click all, your different clips will show up. You're going to click on each clip so that it highlights. And then what you're going to do is there'll be a nice little arrow, such as this arrow right here. This downward facing arrow allows you to insert that clip into the editing toolbar down here. So you want to put all your individual clips in the order you would like for your project. Once all your clips are in place, you want to edit them like you normally would. You can trim by highlighting and moving this yellow side back and forth. You can get rid of sound if need be. You have all these tools down at the bottom, such as when you hit the scissors, you get split, detach, duplicate, and delete. You can play with the speed, the sound, if you want to add text, or if there's any filters you need to use. So do all that editing first. And now that your editing's done, we can start making our videos a little more interesting. So this bottom clip's all ready to go. It's all done. What we're going to do next is start playing with video in video. So you should have already recorded video of your different outfits. So we're going to go to video, and it should be the most recent one you have. We're going to click it. Once it's highlighted, you should see it have this little menu right here. We want to select the 3 dots. From there, this should appear. These are the different video in video options. This will replace what you see here with this video, so you can no longer see this section. Here is more like a newscast, so something will pop up next to your head, or you can have split screen, so you could have the original video playing with the new video next to it. We're going to choose this overlapping version first. Now when you select it, it should show up as a little clip above the original. If I click on it, it gives me all the editing options at the bottom that I had before. So I can trim it, I can make adjustments, I could split, so that way I can line it up where I need to use it in the video. So if I just press and hold, I can drag and drop and move where I need to. With some patience and some diligence, I can cut the clips down to just what I want. So if I have more than one clip I want to include, I can do that, and I can arrange them so that way when I'm talking about the bag, it cuts from me to showing the bag. And that way my video is a lot more interesting to watch, and it gives my viewer some ideas about what I'm talking about specifically. So this is how we use video in video. Now it's time to get creative. So after I've done all the editing in my video, my teacher probably wants it to be a certain length. So I can do things to add a little finesse and pizzazz, like creating a title or intro for my video. This one I used Paper 53, a free drawing app that makes some really cool watercolor effects. So in that, I made this rough drawing with some overlapping colors and words, little shopping bags. I then sent that picture to my camera roll, put it into Explain Everything, and copied and pasted some pictures I found in a selfie I took of myself. I again recorded for 10 seconds, and then I sent it to the camera roll so I could add it into my video. So I can insert that video before all the other work I've done. I can even add audio and make it very quiet as it starts to get into my clips where I talk, and I can add fades and all that sort of stuff. I can move these picture-in-picture or video-in-video clips so that they'll appear next to my head if I drag, and then this little drag to position shows back up. I can also zoom in. So there's lots of ways I can add to my project. So we've done a lot here. We've combined different apps with their different functions to make a really high-quality, creative video that accomplishes all the tasks of the project and the descriptions you were given in your instructions. So let's take a look at my final clip that will help us see the final product for the sample. Hola amiga, estoy aquí en España, pero yo olvidé algunas de mis cosas allí en los Estados Unidos y por eso yo fui de compras al Corte Inglés para comprar 3 cosas, para 3 eventos, y yo voy a compartir lo que compré contigo. So we've definitely seen a lot. Now the final steps, once you're happy with your own video to get it up to speed and to get it to your teacher, is we need to hit this little back arrow here, so that way we can make sure to do a couple things. This little screen should show up here once you hit that arrow. If you click on the title, you can change it to whatever you need the title to actually be. Then once you're ready, you can send it to your camera roll. From there, you can take it to other places like Google Drive, which is probably where you might want to think about submitting it. Remember though, that if you do use Google Drive to submit it to, say, a shared folder with your teacher, that to get the video from your camera roll, you must go to Google Drive first, and then you'll be able to upload from there. Find your project on your camera roll, and voila! You might need to rename it and add it to a new folder, but then you'll be all set. Thanks for going shopping, and I hope you found this video very helpful and informative. Hasta luego! If you want to see a more in-depth video about how to go about submitting to Google Drive, click here and it'll bring you to that explanation.